fire tenets were used to try and bring the situation under control. The fire station here and their machine was broken down. It's not true. Look, all over the central business district here in Accra, the pressure, we cannot have the pressure for firefighting in the hydrant. So all the water that you see here is coming from Circle, Alajo and beyond. And this time, traders and owners of the shop that is currently on fire have been lamenting the poor work that was done by the fire service when they were contacted initially. According to them, they've lost goods running into millions of Ghana cedis. Say your fire service will come. Nasa bibi service nasa ya papa from no so many swa. I want idea no sabanisa. Ghana say be on ya bele ani ka bebe. Adaya asia. Adaya ante say me asia. Emu no mama. Asa take it to me. Saka ya kwa no. Ghana na fire service for no swa. Ata shop ko na e dey to mu no. Ata wa ani ka best shop. Papa fire service na. Ata we ti say o ma nyina shi. Ata na ti say. Ada nyina shi. Omo ya adwuma, omo try so omo medum no. Omo mba. Anza na jana shi sa na omo ba. Adenti. Now, where's your shop located?
First floor.
First floor?
Yeah.
What do you sell?
Cosmetics.
So were you here this morning when the fire started?
Yeah, I was here around 9. And when I came, that's why I saw the top floor in flames. That's about 9:17. Yeah.
So looking at the situation now, have you lost most of your wares in your shop?
Lost everything. We lost everything. There's nothing to pick up there.
Do you have a fair idea of how much you've lost?
Everything. If you can come back, I think you can see it's still on fire. There's still fire there. So
the mayor of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has been speaking to pressmen here and says they are working around the clock to get fire hydrants.
So we need to be alert all the time. Fortunately, the fire stations within the Accra Central area are many. So in terms of responding to fire, I'm sure you can see as many as 5 fire tenders here at any point in time. That tells you that it is not the lack of equipment, but the challenge has been the low pressure of the water that we had experienced, and then we'll look at it.
Reporting for Metro News from the Makala Market, I am Henry Kwesi Bedu.
Well, as traders continue to count their losses, joining us via Zoom is the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng, to discuss the way forward for these traders. Joseph, welcome to NewsNight. Now, some major markets hosting many traders in recent times have been razed down by fire. This must be of concern to you. Now, in the case of the Makala traders, where does Guta come in this period? Joseph, could you unmute your device? Unfortunately, I'm not able to hear you, Joseph. If you could unmute your device and check your device if it's unmuted. We're trying to speak with President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng, on the back of the fire that razed down some shops in the Makala Market as traders continue to count their losses. Joseph Obeng is the President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. We're trying to work the lines to reach him. Joseph, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Great, I can hear you too. So what I was asking is, in the face of this fire outbreak at the Makala Market, where does Guta come in this difficult period for the traders?
At this period in time, we are very much confused because this problem keeps reoccurring and we don't know what to say again. We've professed so many solutions that we think authorities will adopt, but it's not forthcoming. And the advert solutions that we have been seeing, when this thing comes, you see that they'll bring NADMO and all that, some few compensations are made and it's over. We are promised of new modern infrastructure and all that. But my disappointment in this particular fire outbreak is what it seems an institutional breakdown. If you look at the function of fire service, especially when it is just a street across, that they couldn't mitigate this fire outbreak, that is very worrying. That they do not even monitor and ensure that this problem does not reoccur again. We have so many reports in the past of similar incidents. We have even had the opportunity of having an international forensic audit and all that.
Right.
We demand these reports now so that we can work on it. How are we going to ensure that these stores are also insured? The insurance companies are afraid because they think that the risk is too much. I have even preferred a solution to this, calling the Metropolitan Assemblies to embed in the premises fee that they collect some kind of insurance fee, so that when there's a problem like this, it can be used to mitigate.
Now, Joseph, talking about insurance, the issue of many traders not insured, to be secured in times like this, when these issues comes up, how are you engaging them on this very important subject?
Yeah, mostly it's education that we give to them to make sure that they insure their goods, and also as traders, the onus lies on us to protect our own goods. And so we've been talking with our own members that the onus lies on us before it goes on to the authorities. So we do our best because we have gone for the loans and all that. We do our best. But when you are all congested, compacted in one vicinity doing a trade, then you cannot isolate yourself from a problem such as this. And that's the problem, because we are all crowded together in one space. Then this one become the collateral become all of us. Yeah.
Now, the safety of our markets comes into this. A lot of traders are blocking access routes, which makes the work of tenders difficult in times like this. What practical steps is your outfit, Guta, taking to ensure proper layout and compliance with all safety protocols in our markets?
Yeah, you see, this one is not under the purview of the traders, and that's why we pay the premises fee, we pay our legitimate taxes and all that. We can only always tell government our frustrations in terms of these assets, and then the access and the congestion in these areas. And we've said it more than several times. So it's not that we are not trying to have a solution. It's because the authorities that are involved are not even cooperating with whatever conditions and challenges that we give to them.
Right.
And so that has been our problem. It's not that we have not been taking these steps to address the congestion, the accessibility, and all that. But let's say that that we have authorities, we have the fire service, we have the Metropolitan Assembly who go around. It's whose duty to do this? Is there something that they should be doing by the day? And that's why I find it very difficult to understand the functions of these institutions. I think there's gradually being a breakdown of these institutions.
Okay.
And, it's not helping the generality of Ghanaians.
Mr. Obeng, thank you so much. You find time and talk more on this. We've been speaking with President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng, to discussing the way forward after some traders at the Makola market lost their properties in a fire outbreak.
To other stories, the youth wing of the opposition National Democratic Congress is set to embark on its protest march, dubbed a March for Justice, on Tuesday, July 6, 2021, to, as it says, quote unquote, demand justice for all persons killed and brutalized by state-sponsored thuggery or adventurism by the police and military forces. And it is also to demand social justice for the unemployed in the country. Let's now get onto the phone line and speak to the director of Public Affairs at the Greater Accra Regional Police Command, DSP Ifya Tenge, on the police's preparations ahead of tomorrow's protest. Thanks so much for your time on NewsNight. Now, how far has the police gone so far as your preparations towards tomorrow's protests are concerned?
Yes, thank you very much. Some few hours earlier, the police came up with a press release to draw out the security arrangements that have been made purposely for this march. And our assignment is very simple. That is guarding demonstrators through the streets that we have put earmarked for this particular march. And so we are assisting in the smooth conduct of the entire march from the beginning, along all the routes, and also to the end, and where they need to do presentation of petitions, the police would ensure that everyone complies with the instructions that the police have laid out purposely for the march. And so we are prepared in terms of manpower, and again, all our logistics that we need to also deploy purposely for the march have also been made available. And so tomorrow morning, as they have indicated, by 7 a.m., we will be there in our numbers, and we also expect that all those who are also coming would adhere strictly to police's instructions as to all the routes that they are embarking on the demonstration. So we are prepared in terms of security arrangements for the march.
Now, in terms of compliance to the COVID safety protocols, how do you intend to ensure they comply strictly to the protocols?
Yes, for compliance of the COVID-19 protocols, I think the police keep on saying that we don't believe that people can strictly adhere to the COVID-19 protocols, especially when it comes to large mass gatherings, because the probability of people flouting it is very high. We have said it time without number. The group keeps saying and assuring the police that they are going to ensure. So, yes, we wait on the group, and we want to see how their leadership, they themselves, are ready in ensuring that they speak to their followers for them to comply with the protocols. We would also entreat everyone to take personal responsibility of all the protocols that we have mentioned. We know that there's a pandemic out there, especially when we are recording other variants into the country. And so if you are also going on the march, it behoves on you to take your own health safety into your hands and ensure that the COVID-19 protocol, especially the wearing of mask, the wearing of mask is adhered. The leadership have assured the police that they are going to ensure the physical distancing, and so the social distancing. That is fair enough. Try as much as possible, you as a demonstrator, to also at least protect yourself against the deadly virus, so that in all we can have a peaceful march and a very incident-free protest. But I would have wished that the leaders would tell us emphatically what they have done enough to ensure that demonstrators comply. We would point out people who are not complying to do so. It behoves on you to take your own health safety into your hands and protect yourself.
Now, is there a time limit within which the protest is expected to take place?
Yes, the protest is expected to start, as the march itself will begin at 8 a.m. As early as 6, we expect their leadership, together with their followers, to converge on the park that is around the Accra Mall, where we'll go through the street. And it's a 9-kilometer stretch, having gone around all these routes. And so it's going to take a while, but before noon, we are very optimistic and sure that we should be able to go through all the the routes that we have outlined purposely for this protest.
Now, it's a protest, meaning anything can happen. In the event that they go beyond the time set, what will the police do?
This is a protest, okay? And we are marching. It's a march. It's people who are marching. It is not a vehicular march or a vehicular protest. It's human beings that are marching. And so we know that, as usual, it will take us quite some time, especially on a very long distance. That is a 9 kilometer stretch. It will take a while. But we expect that by 9 o'clock, like before noon, the protest should come to an end. I cannot tell that it can go beyond or go lesser than that. But we are sure that by noon, it should be over.
All right, DSP Ifyasenge, thanks so much for speaking to us on NewsNight. So I have been engaging the Director of Public Affairs at the Greater Accra Regional Police Command. You're live on Metro Television, also streaming live on Facebook at Metro News. We go for a break and return shortly with more. Do stay.
The search for a reliable partner in dealing with your U-turn bus needs has been made easier and convenient with SA Automobile. SA Automobile, formerly U-turn Ghana Limited, has been in the business of offering quality U-turn product and services at competitive rates. At SA Automobile, our team of expert staff, management, engineers, and mechanics professionally deal in the sale of U-turn buses, genuine spare parts, its repairs and maintenance at our highly effective workshop with remarkable speed. We also have available the sale of Camel car batteries, Weichai and Kia spare parts, Zonton coaches and light-duty vehicles for everyday movement. Contact us on 020-000-0831 or 054-555-7500. You can also email us info@saautomobilegh.com or visit our website at www.saautomobilegh.com. SA Automobile, the pleasure of doing business with you is all ours.
Football pa and nothing a high sense as sponsor Euro 2020 Edia Mauno Nisa Suntina Yatiti TV so say who Edia Mauno a high sense Euro 2020 TV super promo Kawe kwajo brand new high sense TV and nebuo dafo pictures near clear na color near deep sound quality this so dear one it high sense TV so dear entry power about down one access you are akona utusa abefu 18th June, I call him 11th July. A Hisense Euro 2020 TV Super Promo. Emma Refisa, Hisense and Kwan, Emma 5 years warranty. A Hisense Euro 2020 TV Super Promo. I cost a Hisense showrooms. I want Ghana for Nanina. What you dear Nansenya? Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people. Hisense, official sponsor at the Euro 2020.
Welcome back to the program. This is NewsNight on Metro Television. Prior to the break, we were speaking with DSP Ifyasenge on preparations ahead of the NDC protest march. Now, the march they call a March for Justice, organized by the youth of the National Democratic Congress. It's happening on Tuesday, tomorrow, 6th July 2021. The convergence point is at the Accra Mall, and the time to converge is at 6 a.m. Now, the group will begin from the Accra Mall to the Liberation Road to the Perbia House, then the Aviation Road. They go to the Lands Commission. They get to the Switchback Road, the Jubilee House, where they present the petition. They go to Akwa J Interchange and Parliament to also present a petition for the March for Justice again. They're going through the Accra Mall, Liberation Road, Opabia House, the Aviation Road, the Lands Commission, the Switchback Road, the Jubilee House present a petition, the Akwa J Interchange. Then they get to Parliament House, where they are also going to present a petition. They're presenting 2 petitions tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. Metro News will keep an eye on the development and bring viewers up to date on the protest march by the NDC. Now to some other stories. The minority in Parliament is demanding that government reverts to the initial plan on testing by conducting routine surveillance tests, enhanced contact tracing and rigorous tests at all points of entry. During a brief encounter today, the ranking member of Parliament's Select Committee on Health, Kwabena Minta Kando, demanded an urgent need for government to strengthen its testing mechanisms for all incoming travellers, not just at the Kotoka International Airport, but along the sea and land borders.
We would like to call on government to, as a matter of urgency, do the following. 1. Revert to its initial plan on testing by conducting routine surveillance tests, enhanced contact tracing tests, and also effective testing of all incoming travelers, not just at Kotoka, but also across our seaports and land borders. 2. Immediately put in measures and produce within a week an effective genomic sequencing policy for COVID-19 that is credible and effective enough to facilitate the early detection of COVID-19 variants and the extent of their spread within Ghanaian communities. 3. Release approved funds for the various health institutions and agencies so they can better perform their duties. 4. Fast-track the procurement of vaccines through appropriate channels to secure vaccines for the remaining 19 million Ghanaians it's promised to vaccinate this year. 5. Be candid with Ghanaians on the rare COVID-19 situations in Ghana. We believe that if government follows our advice, the milky situation in which Ghana finds itself with regards to the management of COVID-19 will improve, and the general health safety of Ghanaians and the recovery of our economy will improve.
Meanwhile, immunologist Dr. Yalbediako says there's already a third wave of COVID-19, considering the sharp increases recorded by the Ghana Health Service. He has advised government to tighten restrictions and urged the public to keep to the protocols.
In other parts of the world, if you look at what has happened in India, in Uganda, the new variant of SARS-CoV-2 is highly transmissible. And so we are seeing significant increases in cases all over the world, in fact. The only difference is that in countries that have high levels of vaccination, even though their numbers of cases are going up, hospitalizations and deaths are still low. Unfortunately, in countries like Ghana, and in many African countries where vaccination rates are very, very low, there is a risk that you would actually see increased hospitalizations. And I believe we are seeing a little bit of an increase of this locally, but we are yet to see the extent or how far this will go. From the numbers that we've experienced, that there appears to be already an increase. I believe that is why the Director General of the Ghana Health Service has released a statement that he has done. To have an outbreak of the size that you saw at Achimota School suggests that the virus is spreading quite rapidly through the community. I do not believe that Achimota is the only school. This virus, we can only identify the virus when we test. I believe in Achimota, there were a few students who were not feeling very well, and so that prompted them to do some testing. But I suspect that if you went to a number of schools in this country and tested the way they did in Achimota, you would find some positive cases. Many of these variants are no different from what you originally have, so they don't really they are not cause for concern. But every once in a while, through random chance, you will get a variant that will have certain abilities that the previous strains did not.
To some other stories, the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey has reiterated the need for all to rally behind the Let's Make Accra Work Again campaign. He says efforts being made to rid the city of filth should not be politicized. According to him, the campaign, since its launch, has been a non-partisan agenda focused on ensuring the socio-economic development of the region. He was speaking with Francisca Kakraforsing on Good Afternoon Ghana.
We are not even talking about votes here.
Okay.
That's why I'm careful that we don't turn this thing into politics.
But it is a political matter.
For me,
because
it's
of the
not.
history of it as
For
well.
me, it's not. You
Okay.
see, because Ecclesiastes chapter 3 says there's time for everything. Maybe yesterday it was politics. Maybe last year it was politics. Today, what we have done, we've done extensive stakeholder consultations. And I told you earlier, I had engagements with the Upper East Parliamentary Regional Caucus, and the likes of James Agaga, Cletus Avoka, Apak, all of them there, the Garu MP, Timpani MP. And let me say this, the MP for Ablikumase Central played a very, very key role in this whole exercise, especially the minority side. There are 20 of them, and 14, including myself, from the majority.
Okay.
And we met with them. So clearly, this is a matter for God and country, not about politics.
Okay. On the challenges traders of the former Agbeglushi market are facing at the new Ajin Kotoku market after via relocation, the regional minister Henry Quartey says government was working around the clock to ensure the welfare of traders at the new Ajin Kotoku market.
So yesterday we sent 40 mobile toilets to the Ajin Kotoku site, 25 for the male and 15 for the female. That is there. We'll be lifting them every day for about a month. In the meantime, we have engaged people to start constructing the washroom facilities for them. Just on my way here, I had a call from the Minister for Sanitation and Water. She's paying a visit there on Tuesday. Minister of Water and Sanitation will move in immediately to also try and resolve some of the problems or the challenges, i.e. washrooms, places of convenience and all that. The local government minister was also there today. So in short, government will address some of these concerns that they've raised rather.
Now, as part of President Akufo-Addo's policies was the dream to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa by the end of his term. In this light, the Let's Make Accra Work campaign was launched by the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey to make this dream a reality. Here's a report by Shadrach Odamiajare on the journey so far.
In 2017, President Nana Addo Dankwa
We do apologize for the hitch in that video. Bring you visuals of that story in our subsequent bulletins. Now, government has absorbed the cost of surgery to separate conjoined twins at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. The procedure, according to doctors, will cost a total of 15 million cedis, and when carried out, will be a significant milestone in Ghana's medical history. Now, the Chief of Staff, Akosia Frema Osei-Opare, declared government intention on Monday when she visited the hospital on behalf of President Akufo-Addo.
160 medical and non-medical practitioners are about to conduct a surgery that will change the face of medical practice in Ghana. It is described a groundbreaking surgery, being the first of its kind to be performed in Ghana and in the sub-region by a team of local medics. The twins are conjoined in the head, and according to medical experts, the procedure to separate them will be in phases. Dr. Samuel Kaba is the lead surgeon.
This shows the great interest and the public interest as well in this case, that in a time of a national call, a clarion call, Ghanaians have responded. We currently have about 160 medical and non-medical personnel working on these conjoined twins to see if we can successfully separate them. Worldwide, even in Johns Hopkins in the US, they had to assemble 150. In UK, 125. In India, 130. And we have also assembled our team and we are having a lot of communications with our colleagues who have had the experience in this kind of surgery. Some of them are willing to join us in Ghana, and on daily basis, we exchange notes, we consult. And this surgery, if done successfully in Ghana, is going to be one of the historic moments in our life.
This is NewsNight on Metro Television. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we're back with business.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
Welcome back to NewsNight on Metro Television. It's now time to bring you the latest in business, and the man with all the updates is standing by. Hello, Winston.
Hello, Ifia.
What's coming up in business?
In business, there's been proportion that indeed Ghana's debt stock has been increasing according to the World Bank, cautioning the government. This and more coming to you here on NewsNight. And now to our first business story. Akoto Banfo, chairman of BTEX Limited, has called on the government to prioritize industrialization to enable it to create more jobs for the youth in the country. According to him, this will provide a needed opportunity for citizens to fix themselves while fixing the country in the short to long-term basis.
All these fix the country for Bahara and the rest is about jobs. The boys don't have anything doing. They don't have money in their pockets. Who will put money in your pocket unless you work and there's no factory elsewhere? The same person too is buying imported goods. So if you are buying imported goods and you are sending your money overseas to overseas companies, how do you find money? How do you fix yourself? So you have not even been able to fix yourself, let alone to fix the country. And then fixing the country requires a lot of money, huge sums of money to be able to do that. When we industrialize, we will get jobs for our people. The government too will have opportunity to take taxes from the industries and what have you. And then the workers too will have a very good living standard of living.
And now in other news, a lecturer at the University of Cape Coast School of Business, Professor John Gachi, says government needs to implement stringent revenue generation measures to help reduce excess borrowing. Responding to World Bank's recent caution to Ghana on borrowing rate reduction, Professor Gachi said government must revise its strategy. He spoke in an interview with Metro TV's Kenneth JC on Newsbeat earlier today.
It is not the case that revenue has not been increasing year on year. It is because the level of increase in expenditure far outweigh that of increase in revenue mobilization. So we need to contain expenditure, try to focus on productive expenditure and necessary expenditure, and take away those expenditures that are not actually in our interest currently. Then we also put up a very fierce revenue generation effort in place to mobilize more revenue. You cannot only focus on revenue generation when you don't focus also on managing expenditure. If you do that, revenue can increase by 50% and expenditure increase by 100%, and you are at the same point. So these are the two things I think should happen right now. And we also need to contain our borrowing within our means. The rate of borrowing is very high, and the quantum of borrowing is also very high. So if we're able to put these three measures in place religiously, I think we should be able to contain the situation. In addition to that, it is the growth of the economy that also contributes to revenue generation. So our effort at ensuring that growth momentum is, comes back should be done very well, so that we have inclusive growth that will also ensure that we have revenue being contributed from various sectors of the economy.
On the interbank board today, the cedi is trading against the dollar, selling at 5 cedi 76 pesos and trading against the pound sterling, selling at 7 cedi 49 pesos. On the commodities front, Brent crude today is selling at $75.40, with cocoa trading at $2,319. Now let's bring you an update from the forex and commodities market. That's it for business here on NewsNight. My name is Winston Taki. If you are in Crosby, standing by for the rest of the bulletin.
The businessman, thanks so much for bringing us those updates. You're live on NewsNight on Metro Television. We go for a break and return shortly with the latest in sport with Phil John Corti. Please stay.
Did you know that cloth handkerchief gets dirty and wet after wiping your sweat or blowing your nose with it? Keeping a dirty handkerchief in your pocket or bag is very unhygienic. Reusing it increases your chances of getting sick from germs. That is why I always use Flora disposable handkerchief. Flora disposable handkerchiefs is disposable, thus making it a more hygienic option. It's thick and very absorbent. With 10 tissues in a pack, Flora disposable handkerchief is better than a cloth handkerchief. For Flora toilet roll, Flora multi-purpose paper towels, Flora table napkins, and Flora box tissues in a shop near you. For bill purchases, call Delta Paper Mail on 0243 033 033.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
You're welcome back to NewsNight. Up next is sports with Phil John Corte. What's coming up, Phil?
Well, so much to talk about. We'll talk about Division 1 football and also focus on golf in the Harbour City. Up next, I'll bring you sports. My name is Phil Jodokorte. Let's start with violence in Ghana football. In Ghana football were once again marked with violence over the weekend during a Division 1 match between BA United and Real Tamale United Sunyani. A Ghana Premier League match involving Dreams SC and Brecun Chelsea also had violence. We've been speaking to an executive member of the FA.
There's nothing of a fun violence that the administrators are not involved. You remember what Mr. Papsi said? Our former vice chairman, my senior, he said club officials know those who cause violence as centers. And I'm telling you, I agree with him 100%.
So it means that your own colleagues, the club administrators, are the ones orchestrating all of this?
Yes. Yes. And let me tell you, I remember one day, one elder said that those things we did in the past, we all knew those things. He said that means everybody. It's past and gone. Now football is business. We can create wealth for all. We can create wealth for everybody. Let's focus on the business side. Let's focus on the positive side. But still, some of my colleagues will not prepare well. They don't have a good team, but they want to win and they incite their fans. Violence at our games, hooliganism at our games must stop. It will destroy us. It will not destroy only you, your family, your brother. You don't even know who is playing. It may be your family member. Don't ever think you are going to attack somebody. It's not your family. So it should end. It won't help anybody.
Meanwhile, the president of Papram Bay Division 1 side, Uncle T United, Agistete, has described Zone 3 as a difficult zone to seek promotion to the Ghana Premier League.
Our zone is the Division 1 in Ghana. If you look at our zone, all the clubs there, and then all the football administrators there, you know that they know what they are doing. Almost 90% of those who manage Ghana football, they are in our zone. And it becomes very, very difficult. That zone 3 is not easy zone. But it's also good for some of us because if your club is doing well, you know. And if your club is not doing well, you know. If you're able to survive at that zone and you graduate or move to the Premiership, the chances for you to stay in the Premiership is high. If you have good quality players that they will fit into the team, you'll be able to stay. So our zone is a very difficult zone, which everybody know in Ghana. If I could have been in different zone for almost 13 years, by now I'm in Premiership long ago.
Let's focus on golf and get to the Harbour City where the 2021 President Tapa was played.
Soon to be known as center of the World Golf Club grounds, welcomed over 100 golfers for the prestigious President's Putter Championship, which saw the massive involvement of other club presidents from Tafo, Achimota, celebrity among clubs in the country. The competition is played annually to honor the president of the club, and that was the situation at the venue as Dr. Paul Owusu-Ban marked the day with friends of the golfing fraternity and family. The golfers teed off on the greens with much expectation as they moved from one hole to the other with support from various firms such as Tema Women's Hospital, Wanda Rising Star Academy, VVIP Transport, among others. The fine weather conditions ensured smooth play, and that resulted at the final hole performance from both amateur and professional. When it ended at the final hole, Maxwell Oseibonsu from Kumasi with 152 points won the professional category top prize ahead of Biggie Shivery and Francis Toga, who came in third. Tema-based fashion designer Grace Afriye took home the ladies Group A trophy ahead of Mona Miles Lamte and Mercy Vena in that order. Georgina Andor stepped out for the ladies Group B trophy after recording a good score, beating Zanfine and Angela Ayanfo to the second and third place respectively. Adelaide Owusu-Japan, Tony Boatin and co. were all recognized in the senior whole night competition. Nicholas Appiah emerged winner in the men's B category, beating the pack which included Dennis Chumesi at the closing ceremony of the Tema President's Pater Golf Championship. All winners of the competition received prizes in products from sponsors, trophies and cash for the professionals. The president of the club, Dr. Paul Owusuba, David Akutu of Achimota Golf Club, and the manager of the club, Kojo Entry Boatin, expressed the excitement on the successful organization of the competition.
Well organized, and then we thank the organizers, we thank the sponsors for making this President Pata 2021 possible.
Support from all sister golf clubs, Achimota, presidents from 3 other golf clubs were here, so we can't complain.
I will describe it as a very successful President's Pata for Center of the World Golf Club, and I'm also happy that my colleague, President of Tema, has organized such a wonderful weekend of golf for all of us to come here and enjoy.
Well, those were scenes from the President Tapa in Tema over the weekend. Just before we go away, let's give you an update on the Black Bombers. That's the national boxing team. They have arrived in Japan and are preparing feverishly for the 2020 Olympic Games. In your picture, you see them having their training session in Japan. They are led by Coach Asari, and Ghana's team is also led by Mike Agre, who's the chef de mission. Remember that the Olympic Games will start on the 22nd of July. We'll bring you all the updates right here on Metro TV. That's it for sports. My name is Feo John Quote. Harriet is standing by for the latest in showbiz. Harriet?
Well, it's time for entertainment on NewsNight. Stay tuned for more. Former Director of Programming at the Black Entertainment Television BET, Lillian Blankson, has passed on at age 46. According to reports, Lillian died yesterday, Sunday, July 4, 2021, but the cause of her death is not yet known.
Lillian Blankson was former Programs Director of BET and was very instrumental in the inclusion of the Best International Act category to the award scheme. A year after, BET introduced 2 separate categories for the Best International Act category, and that was the Best International Act Africa and Best International Act UK, all being made possible through Lillian Blankson. Through that, many African artists had nominations and also were awarded by the award scheme. Her sterling efforts saw African and UK artists such as Kojo Entry, P-Square, Kanan, Estelle, M.I. and several others gained popularity and got nominations as their works were being recognized. Until her demise, she was CEO of LDM Entertainment, an author and a content developer. She gave many African artists the platform and the spotlight onto the global market. Since the
American actress and stage director who played Bill Cosby's wife on the Bill Cosby Show, Felicia Rashad, has been fired as Howard's University Dean of College of Fine Arts in the wake of enthusiastic support of Bill Cosby's release from prison.
Give you an arm rub.
No.
Want an elbow rub.
As an accomplished actor and stage director, Howard University announced the appointment of Felicia Rashad as Dean of the recently re-established College of Fine Arts effective July 1, 2021. As an alumna of Howard University, Felicia Rashad graduated with a Bachelor's in Fine Arts. Following recent reports over the release of Bill Cosby, Rashad sent out a tweet which generated the hashtag #BuyFelicia on Twitter. A terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected, the actress tweeted along with a photo of Cosby, whose sex assault conviction was overturned on Wednesday, June 30, on a legal technicality. Outraged Howard University students and alumni are calling for Felicia Rashad to be fired as Dean of its College of Fine Arts. In a statement, Howard University has responded saying personal positions of university leadership do not reflect Howard University's policies. In a subsequent tweet, Rashad also wrote, "This week, I tweeted a statement that caused so much hurt in so many people, both broadly and inside the Howard community. I fully support survivors of sexual assault. I offer my most sincere apology." Felicia Rashad played the role of Claire Huxtable as Cliff Huxtable's wife, based on the stand-up comedy of Bill Cosby. The show focused on his observations of family life.
Well, that's it for entertainment news on Newsnight. My name is Harriet. Daddy, over to Crosby and Ifia for the rest of the news.
Harriet, thanks again for entertainment. It's now time for the latest across our borders. On the foreign front, gunmen in Nigeria have kidnapped at least 140 school children in the northwest of the country. At least 8 people were also abducted from the National Tuberculosis and Leprosy Center in Zaria early on Sunday morning.
2 nurses and a 12-month-old child were among those seized. There's been a recent spate of abductions from schools and universities for ransom. On Monday, reports emerged of another mass kidnapping from a school near Kaduna City. That's all time allowed for this edition of Newsnight on Metro Television. But before we go, a recap of our top stories. Traders at the Makola markets begin counting their losses following a 4-hour inferno which left most shops burnt and properties running into millions destroyed.
Following a surge in reported cases of COVID-19, an immunologist is warning of deadly consequences if COVID-19 protocols are not strictly adhered to.
And in business, chairman of Vitex Limited admonishes government to prioritize industrialization to create more jobs in the country.
In sports, the Black Bombers, the national boxing team, have settled down in Japan and have held their first training ahead of the Olympic Games.
We also took you to Nigeria, where gunmen have abducted at least 140 school children in the northwestern part of the country. Thanks so much for joining us on this edition of Newsnight on Metro Television. We came to you from the Ikea Brahima City here at North Region Accra. My name is Ifia Fuswa.
My name is Noble Crosby Allen. Have a good night. The bottom line is up next with Emmanuel Akwesi-Afriye.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
The world has seen a lot of evolution in recent times. Global network facilitated by trade continues to grow stronger and forge nations closer together.
On International Trade Focus, we'll share with you the current industry, tech and commercial avenues turning the world's trade wheel. This is your gateway to international business connections and trading events. Get the inside views, vital information, trends and analysis on emerging trade giants in Ghana and beyond. International Trade Focus, the global television trade showcase, transcending barriers in creativity and innovation. Join me, Anna Spiel, as I give you a whole menu of international trade activities. International Trade Focus, your timely business hub. International Trade Focus is brought to you by GOL, ADB, Pediatric Valley Resorts, and Public Elegance.
Are you tired as a consumer in Ghana when it comes to issues that confront you as a consumer? Worry no more. Kofi Capito, I'm here to give you the information, all that you need to make sure that your right is protected as a consumer. We have too many laws and agencies that should protect the right of the consumer. I'm here to give you the information that will help and assist you to get goods and services delivered to you without any worries. Watch the Capito Show on Metro TV.
Bringing you Africa's creme de la creme's classiest hangouts, award shows, end-of-year parties, wedding, graduations, birthdays, fashion or corporate events. Metro Social has got you covered. We present Pizzazz with Je ne sais quoi. Give us a call and we will be there.
Whilst at that, join us on Metro Social every Friday at 9:30 p.m. and a repeat on Saturdays and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on Metro TV.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Kids say the darndest things.
One platform, many talents.
And they talk about everything. Breakfast.
What is mommy like at home? Tell the truth.
She likes cereal sometimes in the afternoon.
When are you supposed to eat cereal?
In the morning.
Banking and more.
What kind of questions do they ask?
How long will this bank account last?
Showing every Sunday evening. Prime time, 5 to 5:30 p.m. with a catch-up on Wednesdays, 4 to 4:30 p.m.
Kids always say what they wanna.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments. Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.